Welcome, welcome. The goal tonight is to show you what's new. We have so much new fabrics, new patterns, new everything. And what's so good about new? We need new. We always need new. New is just fun. So we're going to first talk about the new patterns, because we've got new patterns. And our new patterns, well, we'll go over them one by one. I think I want to start off by showing you pictures, because to me, pictures are what's out there. I'm shopping and I'm either taking pictures or I'm seeing it and looking it up on my phone to see that it's online, and then I use their picture because their picture is usually better than my picture. So we can say happy February 18th to everybody, and glad you're here. Thanks for being here. So let's see what's new. So let's look at pictures. And I saw this and I thought this was adorable because this is our 95. This is pattern number 95 Brooks top. Except what they did is they just put in an armhole and put in a sleeve, which you can do that. Just use your template, put the armhole anywhere you want, and just put a sleeve on there. And you can be woven or knit depending on what your body is, depending on what the fabric is you're using. But look at that cute use of stripes. The stripes go angular. Adorable, just adorable. So I think it's fun to go shopping and go, we have that pattern, we have that pattern, we have that pattern. That's what's fun for me. Okay, so let's look at another picture. And I really pulled that out because we had that stripes package, the 3 patterns that were stripes. And I wanted you to see that, I was tempted to put 95 in there also, but 95 is a great pattern for the spring. It's great with stripes. That was a picture. This is another stripes picture because stripes are so big. We did that stripes 3-pack. It's not over. You can't get it right now, but for those of you who got it, I wanted to show these pictures just of ideas. This could be a classic blouse. You just see that what they're doing with stripes is they're just doing asymmetric, something different on one side than they're doing on another, putting them on the bias, putting them horizontal. They're just really mixing them up, and they look really good. All right, next one. I love this one. This is Acris, and I'm going to recommend a fabric for this. There's several fabrics. Now this is Acris, and this just a little silk top. You could do this with 600. Put the fold, put the center front on a fold. Very easy to do that. If you look at fabric 8008, I purposely put that fabric up just so you could see it with this picture. It'd be so cute. And we've got another one that I think would be cute. It's this little hearts tonight that we're going to look at. Just kind of keep in mind when we go there to remind you of I'll say the Acris little top. But isn't that just a cute little top, easy with jeans, but good looking and fresh and current. Very, very stripy, very summery, very springy. All right. And then we're going to see, this is the one I wanted to show you because one of the patterns included in the stripe pack was 241. And you could use 231. And it was Catherine's sleeve. It had the sleeves. And that's where I got the idea to include that pattern. I wanted to show you that. That is I've got the pattern written on there. That's also, I can't remember if that's Acris. I can't remember who that is. But anyway, if you search for Acris pink blouse, pink stripe, it'll probably come up. It's current. It's in the stores. It's really cute. And that little button detail is adorable. Just a really, like I said, it's classic with a twist. We have a lot of great striped fabrics that you could do that in. Pink is kind of the color of the sea. There's a lot of great colors, don't get me wrong. But anyway, so I just wanted to show that to you. All right, so these are really for those people who got those patterns. I really wanted to kind of show them to you. All right, is that it for the, oh yeah, okay, and this one is our new pattern. It's the bias, the dual bias. And it has a seam up the center. It's this little one is what it is. We'll come to it a little bit later. But it's this one, and I know it's black and I know it's hard to see, but you could do that with stripes, and it's already got a seam down the front. All you got to do is make the stripes match, put them on an angle and make the stripes match. I thought that top was just adorable, that little sweater. Just really cute. And you can wear a little black cardi over it. You do lots of switch ups, but I just thought it was really, really cute. I wanted to share it with you. Okay, So I think that's it for the pictures, right? Okay, so we're going to go to the garments and the fabric. Because I put up plenty of stripes, what I wanted to show you is that spring is really all about color. Like I've noticed when I walk into, I'm going to use Nordstrom's as an example because Neiman's has a lot more designer clothes than Nordstrom's does. Nordstrom's is kind of packed into a smaller area. So when you go into that smaller area, typically the Nordstrom's I go to, you see just a sea of color. It's so pretty. I mean, it's very, very pretty. So what I wanted to do was kind of share those colors with you so that you can see, like I started with red, I went into blues, I used a print that melted into pinks, I did the greens, I did like the salmon and mango color, and then came down to a raspberry. So lots of color here and lots of ways to utilize different colors, especially when you pick a print like this. This is a cotton print, and look at the colors in it. It's got the navy, the pinks, the reds, the greens, the yellows, the blues. So you can really do so much with that, and it really can bridge one fabric to another, especially when you're doing a capsule wardrobe. When I did these new patterns, these 4 new patterns, my whole concept was to give you a capsule wardrobe with those 7 patterns. There's 4 patterns and there's 6 pieces. And so the goal was so that you could mix and match them. And so that's what I did tonight. I used the new patterns for the most part, not completely. And I created kind of a capsule wardrobe using the new fabrics. You want to pick a color wave. You want to pick, I chose blue, as you can see. You'll see in a little bit. But I also could lend itself to the salmon because I could have done a salmon bottom on it as well. Or here I could have done, I did the blue, and the blue could go with a print. It could go with lots of other things. All right, so let's start looking at fabrics, and I'll tie in the clothing as we go along. All the fabrics are on the website, silhouettepatterns.com. I have, let's see, if you go to fabrics, once you go to Silhouette Patterns, go to fabrics, go all the way over to view all, and then scroll all the way to the bottom. 1700s are the series that we're doing. So 1701, etc., all the way to 1721. Just a couple things that people email me and they say, oh, I didn't know. The fabrics are just up for a few days. They're not up for whatever. The goal is to just get you kind of a peek sneak as to what's in here in the store, because we have some beautiful fabrics, beautiful spring fabrics, and to get you excited and get you sewing and kind of get that capsule wardrobe idea going. Okay, so that's the goal of giving you these 21 fabrics. Okay, so we're going to start with 1701. There's a sheer. It's a sheer, and there's 2 fabrics. This one is the red sheer, and this one is the companion to it, and it's the silk charmeuse. So if I can get it undone here, sorry. One's a silk charmeuse. There we go. Well, I thought I could get it undone. Hold on just a minute here. There we go. So you can see one's the silk charmeuse and one's the sheer. And those are companion pieces. Aren't they pretty? They're both very pretty. 100% silk. You can see obviously a lightweight scarf. I mean, your imagination is forever. So the sheer is 1701. The charmeuse is 1702. Those are both 100% silk, and they are both very pretty. Red is a big color for spring. I've had a very difficult time getting red. I specifically looked for red, and I was calling vendors saying, I want red. It's in the stores. I want it. And I have a few red pieces, but I was kind of taken back as to how hard it is to find red. So that's good news and bad news, I guess, right? We've got a little bit, but just not a lot. This one I was talking about acris. This is the piece I was talking about. This is a viscose. And viscose is the Italian silk. I think you guys know that. They use viscose a lot because it's so much easier to use than silk. It's much less expensive than silk. And it's beautiful. And right now, fabrics have gone up in price a little bit because so many of these Italian prints they're sustainable. They're all done on such a sustainable, and that just costs a little bit more. And they've got a new new laws in Italy, and they're just, prices just have a tendency to go up a little bit. Not too much. I mean, they haven't gone up too much. But I'm going to suggest where, if you noticed, I used to have more ITY knits. I've switched that to viscose knits, and the reason I have is because the quality of the viscose knit is so much better than the ITY. And so if your closet is, or if you have a lot of ITYs, I'm going to suggest you just gently, not all at once, but just gently push up to the viscose woven, the viscose knits. They're just so nice. They're really, really nice. They have the drape, they have the breathability, they have all the qualities of really great fabrics. Okay, 1703. 1704, this is a navy. I put this in here. This is 100% viscose, beautiful drape, really good basic. I almost did it. So when I was coming up with my 7 pieces or whatever it was, I did this color. And I did this color really just so you could see it better. I liked both colors. Probably if I wasn't going to teach you all or be here, I probably would have gone to the navy. Isn't that boring? But I went ahead and did, this is pattern number 225, and I did the skirt and the top together. 225 is both of them. And I did them because you could wear them together, but clearly, so it looks like a dress, you could take the pieces and separate them out. So I think a print works great. I've done it in a print. I love the solid, but this would be really good for this. This 100% viscose in this navy would be really beautiful. And I put this in because the 1705 is Max Mara. And this is a Max Mara. This is 100% cotton. It's a beautiful piece. Just a really beautiful piece. And keep in mind, when I was doing this cluster, I made knits, I made woven. So the blouse I have on is the new blouse. It's 325 Acris dual wrap. And you can see it's 2 layers in the front. So you've got 2 layers in the front, and then my fun little sleeve here. And then there's, I'm going to turn around just so you can see it. There's a back in the, a yoke in the back. If you can see that, it's got a few little gathers across the back, and it's dressy and cute and casual. It kind of does everything. I just really, really like it. It's a V-neck. You finish the V-neck off by putting the 2 together and then flipping one to the inside or to the outside, whichever way you do it. And it's just a lot of fun. Just makes up really quick. Same base as 600, fits really well, all of that. Okay, so this is a Max Mara. This would be great in the blouse I have on. I show you in the pattern where, depending on, this has got a good back side, but if you, this fabric that I have on, I guess I should tell you the fabric. The fabric I have on is on the website. It's not up here tonight. The fabric I have on is 7897. 7897. And it's a viscose. Okay, so, but anyway, the pattern shows you how to either double the cuff, double the ruffle, or not double the ruffle, just depending on your fabric and whether you want the backside to show or whether you don't want the backside to show. We've got instructions that have both on there. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 1706, and of course this is the fabric. This is 100% viscose. It's stretch in one direction, and this is what I used for the skirt and then the top. And that, again, that's 225. I love it. I mean, I just love it. It's so pretty. And I can see myself summertime just throwing on a pair of sandals. It packs well. It packs up so little because viscose is so thin. So I can just really see it going a lot of places and really getting a lot of use out of it. What is a good size for a suit or medium? What's a good size for a suit or medium-sized scarf? A medium-sized scarf, I would say probably 72 by 20. 72 by 20. I mean, there's so many kind of scarves. You can do squares, long and thin. That's a hard answer. There's lots of options on that. You'll have to just decide what you want to do. We had a customer in here Saturday. I'm going to show you these silks a little bit later. And that's exactly what she was doing. She was just making, look at this. I'll show it to you in a minute. Isn't that beautiful? She was just making scarves. And we have so many beautiful prints to do scarves with. Look at that. Is that gorgeous? It's really, really pretty. I think I'm out of sequence, but anyway. Questions throw me. I get excited. Okay, 1707. This is a 100% cotton. This is a designer, and this is one of those I can't say the name. But anyway, I can't say the name. It's 100% cotton. It's a beautiful piece. Yes, you're seeing all these great colors. You've got a little bit of pink, a little bit of red, navy. Just a very sophisticated print. Just love it. 100% cotton. It's going to be a beautiful Italian cotton at that. So it's just a really pretty piece. The next one is a silk. And this is a good piece because it's such a, it's one that really is going to take you from color to color. This is exactly what I was talking about, how you get a print like this that will take you from color to color, and your wardrobe will go so much farther. You really want to use these prints. And when I pick out prints, I have a tendency to pick those prints that have a lot of different colors in them, so they really can bridge numerous outfits. Okay, very pretty. Now it looks like watercolor. It's beautiful. Love this piece. Great texture to it. It's a cotton poly. I mean, I don't know what else more to say. It's just a beautiful piece. Very, Chanel looking. That good old typical. But, it'd just be a great jacket. It'd be a great throw. Beautiful skirt. You could do lots of great things with it. Great texture, great hand, great color. It's one of those win-win fabrics. Okay, then 17. I got to count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was 17.9. I put this with it. All of these three I thought were so beautiful together. And this actually is, I love this. There is, what's popular right now is there's a little bit of sheen. Notice this viscose, it's got a little bit of sheen, not too much, and you really want to use just a little bit. It looks very fresh and very current, and this has that sheen to it. This is a linen viscose. Isn't that beautiful? It's just a really pretty piece of fabric. It's a linen viscose. It almost feels like it's got two layers, but it doesn't. I've picked at it and picked at it to where it doesn't. It's just a single layer, but it's got that little thread running through it that's just got it catches the light and there's a little shimmer to it. When it doesn't catch the light, there's no shimmer. Did you see 1705 is a cotton? 1705 is a cotton? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Max Mara is 100% cotton, yes. Can you show the back of the blue skirt? Yes. Hold on just 1 second. Okay. I love this fabric. Just a blouse would be just stunning in that. And so, when you talk about when you put together that Acris blouse that I showed you, that pink, that would just be so beautiful in something like this. Classic blouse. It doesn't have to be fancy by any means. Can I show you the back of the skirt? Yes. Okay. All right, and then this last one on this top row is 17. I think I got lost on my number. 1711. Nope, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is 1711. And I love this. And this, again, this is a viscose, two-way stretch. This is a perfect example of a fabric having great colors, so you can see so much versatility in it. I can just see a cute little skirt, top, to where you look like a dress and then it breaks off into the other pieces. So there was 2 cases where I did a top and a bottom and then a top and a cardi kind of together so that you could do exactly that. You could break those pieces, wear them together, or you could break them out. Oh, I love it. Love it. Love the colors. It's got the red. It's got all kinds of pretty colors in there. Okay, and that's 1711. All right, so that's the top row. All right, so I wanted to show you the patterns because I wanted to, again, kind of get you my thinking on the way I was going to do each of them, or the thought process I went through. I'm going to start with this one. This is 825. And I need to get my notes, and I need to answer your questions. Sorry about that. Have the patterns been mailed yet? Yes, most of them. Most of them. We haven't completely mailed all of them. We're not completely finished. Well, I wasn't in the office today, so I don't know, but I would think they'll be done by this. I mean, they'll all be done by this week for sure, but I don't know exactly when. But yeah, they've all been shipped. In fact, we started shipping last week, so some people may actually have them. There was a holiday yesterday, so that kind of always messes up our mail service. Anyway, this fabric is online, and it's 8012. 8012 is the number. I love this. So that's where I start. A lot of times when I'm starting to do my cluster, I'll start with my prints, and I'll start with the garments that I really feel like I want to make a main part. So this was that for me. It's a notch, I mean not a notch, but it's a square collar. Just a great little cardigan. Just a fabulous little cardigan. And I've noticed all in all when I see women that I really like the way they dress, and I obviously look at that all the time, not to judge them, just to learn. And I noticed that I really like that third piece, that third, top, bottom, and then that over piece. I'm going to call it like this, 95, this over piece. And so when I was doing the patterns, I really had thought about what are great over pieces, easy over pieces. So even as I put this little top in, this is the pattern. The pattern is this cardi and this top together. Obviously that doesn't go there, but anyway, this top together. And then I gave an option to have a sleeve with that top. So, but you can see that even if I did decide to do that, it changes up the look completely, as opposed to having kind of the salmon color little tank under it that I did. So this fabric on here, this one is fabric 8012. And then the same thing when I was doing this. This is the one I did on the webcast, or the little Thursday night YouTube. And it's 518, and it's got a tie in here. You could actually leave that tie out, I guess, which would be cute. But the one over it is, 518 is that blouse, and then this over it is the picture we saw in the beginning, but the top is 95. And this is a linen 8011 that I have, that's on the website also. 8011. It's a really, I love the color of this. It's not blue, it's not white, but it looks denim-y. And so of course I thought, okay, that could all be paired. I could wear this, you guys get it. You know what a cluster wardrobe is. Okay. So my idea was I decided to go blue with a touch of pinks and reds, and then I could bring them all back in together. So pattern number 1, that's 825. The one I have on is 325. This is 225, and then I'm going to show you these pants. And the pants are, we've been selling that fabric, and we're not allowed to tell anybody we have the fabric, so it's like under lock and key. And it's not inexpensive, but I just really love it in these pants. And I had seen a pair of pants like these. We're going to get close up. They are black. I know you all love that I love black. But these are the new pant, 3225. They're Bergdorf Armani's pant. And they have a little pocket here. So see, I can put my little paper there. And that can be my change pocket for the day. And they are the Fendi fabric. But they're Fendi. So you can see the little F's all through them. I just absolutely love these pants. I love the way they fit. They're very, very nice. So you could just, a zillion fabrics would work well in them, and they would just be lots and lots of fun. So I'm very excited to have those done, and they're definitely going to Italy with me, maybe. We'll see. All right. So that's the top row. Anything we can show, great. If not, let's go ahead and we'll show you off the bottom row, because there's lots of great stuff on this bottom row. Okay. You could put 1711. You could put 1711 and the navy together. Yeah. Again, that's what I love about all these colors, because there's blues in there. Absolutely, you could put them together. And yet, see, that's what I'm saying, how those prints, they bridge those different colors together. They're just fun to play with. So if you notice, I've got 2 prints and then 3 solids, 4 prints and 3 solids. And that's really a great formula for building that cluster. All right, I put this white in. Now we'd had this white, it's a stretch woven, because this is the time for white. This is really a great time for white. This is a beautiful piece. It's 100% cotton. It's just a jacket would be perfect. You could do a little cardi like what I've got on there. You could do the pants. It's a really great time, like I said, to bring white in. The 100% cotton, it's fresh, it's clean. Just a really pretty piece. Okay. All right, and then I wanted to go color again. So we hit off with these great, this is like there's a company that I know you'll know, but I'm not allowed to say these fabrics are from them. So I'm sorry that I can't do that. But I just want you to know they're beautiful. The quality is just incredible. And I did have to pay a little more for them, but I really wanted them, and I really wanted you to, I just can't tell you. But anyway, you'll know them, and I can't say it. So anyway, love the color. You can see that it would go with my blouse, I think, really well. If I did a little jacket or pants, just depending on what you wanted to do. And it has stretch in both directions. Great piece of fabric. Very nice. And then I put this print in with it because it kind of came with it. So we're at 17, 12, 13. This is 17, 14. And then it ties right back to the pinks. The pinks, the whites. Look at the olive in there. Isn't that pretty, the olive green? So it would really tone up or tone down. It's got a little bit of black. If you want to do black, it would really go a long way. This is a viscose knit. It's got stretch in both directions. Now, when you get 100% viscose, they're a little bit more expensive. Some of these viscose, if you look at them, they've got a viscose and just a smidgen. It's like, I burned it. I could hardly see there's any spandex, lycra, poly, whatever you want to call it. There's a little something in there. 3%, 4%. It's very small. But they are cheaper. And so I went ahead and got, that's what a lot of these are, because they are cheaper. Viscose is just, really just gotten really expensive. Just maybe those Italians are just getting a little greedy. I don't know which. But anyway, this is 100% silk. 17, 1, 2, 3, 17, 12, 13, 14, 17, 15. Isn't that a pretty piece? I just love it. Just beautiful. The drape. What's not to love about silk? It's even fun to burn. It kind of makes a little noise when you burn it. It's real crispy. But it is definitely beautiful. Yeah, sorry. It looks like little butterflies. I think it's just flat. It looks like leaves falling. It's pretty. 17, 12, 13, 14, 17, 15. And then if you look at this with this is from that same company. I mean, both of these are. But look at this, how that goes together. Isn't that beautiful? I just could not believe what a great match that is. It's like it was made to go together. This is kind of like a melon color, mango color. I wasn't sure what color to help you really understand what it is. Both sides are usable. It's like a pontaroma. It has stretch in both, two-way stretch. It's just good. It's really, really good. And it's very pretty. So one of the reasons I did the blouse I have on is because there's 2 layers here. And the goal was you could, or what I thought in my brain is you could put a sheer layer over a non-sheer. And so to take this sheer like this and say, well, what would I do with that? You could do the blouse I have on and then put a beautiful, just a solid cream color underneath it so that the sheer would just really pop. Or put a darker color underneath, just depending on what you want. And then you could just do the sleeves and the ruffles in the sheer. I thought that would be a really pretty combination. All right, and then also I did this. This is a viscose, and it has a really, again, look at the colors. And you see that exact same color of that mango in here, but yet also the pink that's next to it, the black, it's a white, and very Italian looking. You see, whenever you see the tassels, you know it came from Italy. That's a very Italian kind of trademark. And speaking of Italy, I had several requests. I don't know if you know this or not, but next year, Winter Olympics are in Milan. And so because I really wanted to go next year to Italy, there's a couple reasons why. And I had a couple requests. The women have already asked me what are the dates since the Olympics are going to be in Milan. So I posted the Milan trip. It is up and available for 2026, not for this year, but for 2026. And I am cutting back how many are going, so just FYI. That trip is up. Oh, question. Which pink goes with 1714? 17, 12, 13, 14. Oh, you're probably talking, hang on one second. Let me just put this back in order so I don't. 12, this one right here. This is kind of like, this pink is kind of a raspberry. So this right here, I would go with this one down here. Wait till we get to the end and I'll show it to you. And I'll show it to you together. Okay, hold on just one second. All right, so we showed that one. This is the pink. This is where we were at. And it's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 17, 18. I figured if I counted this many times, it's not a bad thing because then y'all would have a tendency to remember more. This is 100% cotton. It has stretch in both directions. Really pretty piece of fabric. Very pretty piece of fabric. It's like you could easily make pajamas and get a good night's sleep in them. It's very nice. Okay, then 17, 19. Can't remember what I called these, you guys. Pink swirls, maybe? But you can see, isn't that fun? And again, you get all the colors. You get the mangoes, you get the green, you get everything. I love that. There's a viscose. So you can see that they're taking those what used to be an ITY, and they've really upgrading them just a little bit because this has a much richer feel than the ITY. For those of you who love ITY, don't get me wrong, ITY is a great fabric, but this just is really pretty. The colors are just as vibrant, and the viscose and the fabrics, they're just really nice. All right. All right, and then we've got 1720, which is this beautiful piece of silk. I'm going to bring it out the same time as this one because they kind of play off each other a little bit. This is like a raspberry. This is 1721. Now this fabric is a, I'll have to look at my cheat notes. It's a linen, I believe. It's a woven. It's like a dual layer. This is silk. Isn't that beautiful together? It's just so pretty. 100% silk. I think I called it brush strokes. Just that is just very, very pretty. All right, and then this one, I just need to check my notes and make sure that it's, I put my notes in my pocket. Just to make sure it's a linen. Yeah, it's a linen viscose. It's a linen viscose. So what it is, and we'll come up close and show you, I mean, it's first off, it's got a beautiful selvage. If you're making a jacket, this selvage would be a knockout. But it's great for pants. Just really nice for pants. But I pulled the edges because I really thought there was 2 layers in there. There just feels, the way it's woven, there's not 2 layers, but it feels like there's 2 layers. And I kept trying to pick them apart. Can't get them apart. There's not 2 layers. It just has kind of a weave in there to where it feels like there's a second layer. But it's a raspberry color. It's just so pretty. It's so fresh and clean. Okay? Okay. Now, what I was going to show you was I felt like this color, this pink, went with the raspberry. So it's, let me turn it upside down just so I can show you the color of there. It's a little lighter, but I love how it blends. Isn't that pretty together? See how the darker raspberry in here, it just makes the whole thing pop together. We'll come in on it just for a second. What color is 1718? Let me figure that out. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's definitely a hot pink. 1718 is a hot pink. Okay, but this would go with a lot of color. Olive green would be beautiful. It would just go with a lot. I don't think you'll have any problem matching that fabric with anything you have. 1718 is a hot pink. That's this one right here. It goes cool with these up here. It's a little more pinker, bluer than what these are. Okay. All right, so a couple things. Let's see. And you can ask any questions you want about the fabric. I'm happy to show them to you. New York's coming up. There's 3 spots left in New York. Next 2 months. We got 2 months to go still. The online class, if you bought the 4 patterns and the online class starts in March. So I did put up so many, I mean, I shouldn't say so many, but enough asked, can I take the class? I didn't buy the 4 patterns, can I still take the class? So I put the class up separate. Yes, you can. You can take the class up. Under instruction and events, I put up the online class. So if you haven't signed up to get the patterns with the class, you can just sign up for the class. All right? And then the other thing was, I told you about Italy. That's up for next year. The Winter Olympics are going to be in Milan. We are not going to the Winter Olympics. We are not going to Milan during the Winter Olympics, but we're going right after. So I thought it would be fun to just get all the fray from the Winter Olympics. It's going to be a big deal. It's a big deal to have the Winter Olympics in Milan. The Serger giveaway. Okay, for the Serger giveaway, can I tell you what we're doing? It'll go now through Sunday, and it's anything. We have to limit it to Fit to Stitch. You all know that. It's anything on the Fit to Stitch site. But what we did is we put a Kai special, the 5-pack. We had this 5-pack before, but you all know you could always use another pair of scissors, and we're not going to do this forever. So if you buy that Kai scissor, it goes in. Your name goes in twice for the drawing, for the Serger. Pretty cool, huh? So, just thought I'd tell you that. And the Serger is, I don't remember the numbers, you guys. I'm sorry. I'm terrible at those names on those Sergers. I know what I have and I know what I like, but I don't remember the names. Anyway, I'll send it out in the email tomorrow just so you have the rules and the clicks and the links and all that stuff. But just be aware. And I think we have it on the Fit to Stitch site. Which pattern is the blue ruche top? That's 225. The top. If you search for, I named it exactly what, this is a top that was done by, let me think, you guys. Veronica Beard. The top is ruched in the front, ruched in the back. Is this adorable? And then look at the sleeve. Okay? Just cute. So cute. And this was named Nita's, which is why I named the pattern Nita's. Because if you search for, Nita's. If you search for Nita, N-E-E-T-A, Nita's top, the original top will come up, and it's like $300 for the original top. It's so cute, and it's easy to do, it's fun to do. It's a little V-neck, and real easy to make. This is actually 2 pieces. There's a seam there. That's not just elastic. There's actually a seam there. So when you look at that pattern piece on the back of the pattern, it's real weird looking. The pattern piece isn't on the back of the pattern. I take that back. Whoops, the pattern's not. It's on the guide sheet. When you look in the guide sheet, you'll see it's a real funky looking sleeve to get that. But it sure is cute, and I love the detailing on the back also. Okay. So there's 4 patterns, but there's 6 pieces. Lots of options. That's what the class is going to be for. We're going to show you all these options that I keep talking about. They're in my brain. Okay, can you show 1707 and 1708? Sure. 1707. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 1707. This is 100% cotton. Is that designer? I told you that I can't tell. It has a very white background. It's not a milk background, it's a white background. The colors are very clean. 1707, okay? And then this is 1708. This is a silk. Very pretty. Oh, look at all the colors, the raspberry, the blue. All of these colors that we have here are in this piece of silk. How about that? It's just really fun buying color because there's so much color. And I mean, again, when you walk into the store, it was just, wow, there's like bright pink, there's blue, there's red, there's that melon color, there's the raspberry. It's just very, very pretty. Okay. All right, any requests? We're happy to do this for you. How's everybody? Everybody good? Everybody sewing? Are you sewing? Remember our silhouette U. I can remind you about that because I've already gotten some pictures in. It's our pattern of the month, which is 925, which is our next webcast. So the next webcast we have, we want you to make up 925, put it on, send us your photos, and we just want to share with what everybody's doing. It's not like we're going to choose the best. We're going to choose two, and they'll each win $25, and they'll go into the next drawing. You know, they'll offer till in July when we choose, and that's a $500 gift certificate. But you know, we don't care. We just want to see what you're sewing. We want you to sew. We want you to say, hey, I got to get this done. I've got to get it in. I've got to enter it into the contest, and so that we can show you off. And we won't even do names. We won't do names, and I'll blur out faces. So no worries about having makeup on or anything like that. Just send it on over. All right? What is the number of the Italian print? Of the very Italian print? The one that has the tassels on it. Oh, yeah, okay. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It's 17, 17. Yeah, this is the one I told you that, you know, it's funny. I never really liked tassels. Like a lot of fabrics have tassels on them, the Italian fabrics especially. And you know what? I finally put it together when I went to Milan for the first time. And it's a weird thing, but now I love tassels. I just, I don't know if that's total brainwashing or what, but I just love them. They just remind me of Milan, and the city is just wonderful, and I just love the tassels, but they are definitely all over the place. They're on the buildings. They're, you know, tassels are Italian. Tassels are Italian, Italians are tassels. I wonder if they would agree with me if they heard me saying that. I'll have to double check and make sure, but anyway. Okay, so that was 1717 was that number. I got to get my tail off the fabrics. So February 18th. Man, time is flying. It's the middle of February already. It's amazing. Anything else we can answer for you? You got it? Just get new fabrics, new patterns, new fabrics. Oh my goodness. Just too much fun. It's fun to sew on a beautiful piece of fabric. This was just so much fun to sew on. Just cool. Okay, are we good? All right. That means Thursday night, we have some, that's okay, we have some more questions. Which solid would go with 1717? 1717 is the one I just showed you. So you can go, the reason I put them kind of in order is you can go with either one on side. Either one on side would go, because this 1717, it has the mango on this side, it has the pink on this side. It would even go with these up here. So the whole, the white looks beautiful also. The white would be really pretty. The black would look great. See? You can see I'm a black kind of girl. This Thursday is Q&As, 8 o'clock Thursday night. So just be sure you get Q&As to me in tomorrow. Don't wait till Thursday, because usually I do them, I try to do them a day ahead of time so that I get them all, illustrations done and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And we'll just have some fun. Just sit around, chat. I don't think I've ever done a spring presentation when it's so cold outside. It's spring, you guys, except that it's 24 degrees. But it's going to be spring. It's funny, in Dallas, we always have one last cold. This was it. This was it. Like even when we had the other one, it snowed a little bit and it warmed way up, like to 60 to 70. I said, no, there's going to be one more. I just know there is, I know there is. This is it. So through Saturday, it's cold, but after that, we're done. We're headed into spring. So it's a great time to sew because I'm getting my wardrobe together and it's perfect. It's perfect to sit inside the cold, and most of you are much colder than we are, and just sew along. You don't even know what it is outside. Is there Q&As on Thursday? Yes. I haven't actually scheduled the link yet. I'll get that done. But it'll be Thursday night, 8 o'clock Central Time. So just depending on where you are from there. Okay? And I do appreciate you all not fielding questions during this time because a lot of times it's hard for me to answer them correctly. And I give you a half answer, and then you quote me later and said, yeah, but you said, and I'm like, so the Q&As, we can just do it so much better. So if you'll just let me slide until we get to the Q&As, and then I can answer all the questions there. Can you put 1708 with an olive green? Do I have an olive green, you guys? I had a lady come in last week who bought so much olive green. I don't think I have a solid olive green. There's olive green on the website though. There's olive green on the website. But which number did you put? 1708. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This with an olive green? Yeah, I don't have an olive green in here, you guys. So I would, but I can't. Is the textured, what was that question? Is the textured pink a bubblegum color? It is. It's a perfect description for it. It looks like bubblegum. Aren't they so pretty? They're so pretty. Linen viscose. Oh, it's got that little bit of shimmer. A blouse would just be beautiful. And it wouldn't matter what day it was, that blouse would just, gorgeous with a pair of jeans, it'd just be, so pretty. Do you have a solid for 1715? Let's see, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, this with this, you guys. That was the one I put together. Isn't that beautiful? Is that what you mean? A solid? It's like that same color. You could do black. Could do it, black always goes with everything. The black makes it pop, but that salmon color in there, or that mango color, whatever color you want to call it, is this right here. Do a little jacket and a little scarf, a little blouse underneath. Be very pretty. Yeah, it's perfect. This color is perfect. Like even when they came in, I was like, oh. Okay, anything else? Has anybody gotten their patterns? We shipped them. We started shipping last week. Started shipping Friday, I think. Well, that might be kind of too fast today because it was holiday. Is 1717 a black? 177. I can't believe I can't remember these numbers, you guys. Okay, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. In there, it's black, yes. Yes, the colors in there are like mango, there's a raspberry, white, black, pink. There's all different shades. There's so many different shades in there that you're seeing a lot of different colors. Gold. It's pretty. It's pretty. Very pretty. Okay. A solid sheer for under 1715. Oh yeah, that's what they said. This one. Oh, a solid sheer. No, I don't have a solid sheer. Not in this grouping. Not in this grouping. Okay. Okay. Then we'll see you Thursday night. Thanks for being here. Stay warm. Be safe. Be safe, man. That cold out there, you guys. That ice. Just be careful. All right, we'll see you Thursday. All right, bye.